Here we are, day 2. I realized yesterday while I was editing the video, this is actually extremely beneficial for me because I know that when I am going through and journaling my trades, what happens is I honestly don't go back and look at it for maybe weeks on end, and it's almost like a waste of journaling if you're not going to go and look into it and actually analyze what you did. And I realized that by creating these videos and I have to edit it, I'm literally forced to go through my trades and watch the positives, the negatives, see where I could improve, where I did well. And I think this is actually, I'm already seeing results, right? Yesterday I was talking about a lot of successful traders say to document your trades through video, and I thought that was too much work, but I genuinely think that within 24 hours I'm already seeing the results. And overnight I was literally just thinking about, okay, what could I do differently? What did I learn? And that's kind of why I'm continuing to do this. I mean, it's only been one day, so we'll see how this goes. But if you're tuning back, welcome back. Thanks so much for watching, and let's jump into the charts. Maybe we're shorting, I don't know. All right, so on the weekly, you could see right here, let me move my face out of the way, but you could see that we are rallying on the week. I mean, it's only Tuesday. On the daily, you see that we are actually inside this fair value gap, so not sure what's going to happen here. Looking for a rejection. We're also at a new week opening gap here. On the 4 hour, it actually took out buy side liquidity right here, so that may be a potential bearish sign short term. On the 1 hour, you could also see that did actually just take out liquidity. Now it's going lower. 15-minute, it's almost confirming it created, took out liquidity, but then it's creating some relative equal highs right here on the 15-minute. 5-minute, same thing, it's going lower. And the 1 minute, of course, it is going a little bit lower. So we are going to sit and watch and see what happens. The fact that took out liquidity is going lower makes me think that this is a potentially good sell opportunity, but there's nothing here on the 1 minute that I would want to trade. Maybe on the 5-minute, but even then, not really anything I want to trade yet. This isn't super convincing for me. So I'm going to check back in a little bit, and I'll update you guys once I have a little bit more clear price action or kind of understanding where price wants to go. Looking at this 15-minute, looks like the candle closed pretty much right at the mean threshold of this bullish order block, and there is a fair value gap here, which means this could potentially be a good long if my higher time frame bias is bullish. Problem is right now I don't know what my higher time frame bias is, so I'm not going to be trading until that's a little bit more clear. And my higher time frame bias looks a little bearish, and so I do not want to be going long here. Maybe on the 5-minute there might be a good shorting opportunity right here, but then there's relative equal highs up here which make it kind of lower probability, so I'm gonna wait and see what happens. Okay, so I am looking at the 4 and the 1 hour because I think that's where I should base all my trades off. And on the 4 hour, of course, it took out buy side liquidity up here. And on the 1 hour, I do see some fair value gaps here, so the price may want to come down here. It may also come down here. There's also a bullish order block right here. But what I found out yesterday was it could, of course, come and just sweep this liquidity underneath here. So this is all potentially fair game. So having that bearish bias, I'm not exactly sure where it wants to go. It could go to the mean threshold right here on the 4 hour. And if that's the case, then I need to prepare for this liquidity get swept and continue going lower. So I may actually start looking for shorts if a opportunity presents itself. If the 5-minute goes up a little bit more or whatnot, I may try to get short. Basically, once the 15-minute takes out this liquidity right here, the sell side, I would consider that a change in market structure for it to potentially, go up here, somewhere in this area to get short, to go lower. But we have to sit and wait and just see what happens. So on the 15-minute, looks like just creating almost a double bottom manufacturing sell side liquidity here. There's buy side liquidity right here on the 15-minute. On the 4 hour, if it goes down, I've already kind of mentioned where I think it'll go. If it'll probably go to the New York midnight opening price a little bit lower, but if for some reason it wants to go up, it may go to right here the CE of this wick on the 4-minute, which would be 44.4975, and that's also in the same place as this bearish order block. So this may be a good bullish target. If it goes past that, it may try to target this 4 hour buy side liquidity. So we're just gonna sit and wait. I'm still a little bearish. That is my play. I do think it's gonna go down just because it did sweep this and it didn't have a clear willingness to go higher. It wasn't aggressive. It looks like it rejected immediately, which means it was just grabbing liquidity, which means it's likely to go lower. maybe fill in some fair value gaps, maybe sweep out the 1 hour liquidity right here, or go all the way down to the CE of this giant 4-hour wick. So we're just gonna wait and see what happens. All right, market's opening in 2 seconds. 1, 2, and let's see how this reacts. Let's see if it wants to take out. Perfect, there it is. Took out the liquidity right here on the 15-minute. I think this would be a market structure shift just because it did take it out. So now I want to see price go above here for me to possibly enter short. I don't know if it will. I don't know, like this is me just thinking out loud, but I do see relative equal highs here, which means I probably should not enter short yet until this gets swept. And at that time we will figure it out because the 4-hour closes in about 29 minutes. So we have to wait till then to see what the market wants to do. But if the market continues going down, maybe I could use this bearish order block to enter short, possibly. But yeah, so not really sure. I still do have a bearish bias, but I'm not sure where I could enter into the trade. So on the 5-minute, it took out this liquidity. This could be a change in market structure, and that's kind of where I struggle sometimes. I don't know whether it's a market structure shift or whether it's just a liquidity sweep, and that's gotten me in trouble a few times. On the 1-minute, there's a small little fair value gap into this bearish order block. This may be a good short entering right here, 44.29, putting a stop right here at 44.31, and that coincides with this bearish order block on this 15 minutes. So I may do that. Let's do it. 44.29. Yeah, so I put in a short right here at 44.29, haven't gotten filled yet. We'll see what happens. And then the stop's going to be right above here. So it's only about 2.5 handles risk. And I'm going to target from here, probably down to sell side here. So it's going to be a pretty small trade, but actually, you know what? I'm going to cancel this order. I don't know if that's yeah, I just canceled it. I don't think that's actually the best trade because there are relative equal highs here on the 15-minute. It's possible it may poke right through, get into this fair value gap, and then go lower. That is a possibility. And so, I don't know, I did not feel comfortable getting short here, so I went ahead, canceled it. And so I guess this is what's going through my mind. I think the draw on liquidity is bearish, so I'm looking for shorts. Now, what I need to look for are entry models, and I don't know, maybe it is a good short. I mean, there is liquidity right here. We need to see what gets taken first. Maybe it takes out the 5-minute liquidity, sell side liquidity first. If that's the case, it may go higher past this, but if it doesn't, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna get back into this 44.29, and then there's liquidity above. So I don't know. I don't think this is the highest quality trade. Okay, look at this, the 5-minute chart. It's getting close to taking out this sell side liquidity. And we'll see how it reacts. Okay, so now looking at the 1 hour, we are inside the fair value gap. And so from here, anything goes for potential bullish price action. Now that we're here, it may continue coming down to this fair value gap. It may hit the order block, which is also exactly at the New York midnight open price. And there's also sell side liquidity here. This is exactly what happened yesterday on the 1 hour, and that's why I missed the trade, because I was trying to get long in this low fair value gap when it just continued a little bit lower. There's also another fair value gap it can come down to, and that coincides right here. The mean threshold of this on the 1 hour is the same thing as the CE on the 4-hour chart. And so there is still some bullish potential, and looking at this, we are still in the premium, so it's still okay to short up here. But the fact that just took out sell side on the 5-minute and on the 15-minute makes it a lower probability short right now until it gets maybe up here on the 5-minute. That's my favorite part, just watching the trade go down without me. You know, you can analyze it all you want, but unless you're in the move, it really doesn't matter. But I don't know, that's, I guess, focusing on the results. I'm trying to focus on the process, and that's why I'm happy I'm just tape reading. It doesn't matter whether I click the button and actually trade. I think tape reading, kind of understanding my thought process, is more beneficial than making the money. I mean, of course, I want to make the money, but longevity in the long run, I think focusing on the process is significantly more important than making a quick buck here and there. So I'm happy I'm just tape reading. I know I missed the short, but we are again at this fair value gap on the 1 hour. So I am looking for potential bullish price action as it continues going lower. I just don't know whether it'll be here. This is a low probability bullish trade as it sweeps this liquidity. If it does at the 44.02 level on the 1 hour, that's below the New York midnight open, and that might be a better, higher quality trade. And so we're gonna wait and see what happens. Day trading is hard. That's why we're still fans of passive investment strategies. If you want to learn how to invest in the stock market and use options to basically increase your income while reducing your risk to ultimately help you retire early, we actually put together a free email mini course to help you do just that. Just click the link below to sign up for a free email mini course and then come right back. So I'm not getting long yet, but I do see some relative equal highs right here on the 5-minute. That would be a solid target, I think, if I were to get long. It's a lot of buy side liquidity up here, so that would be a good target. But right now on the 5-minute, I see this giant wick, which is potentially a good bullish sign, and so I want to see how this price trades. I want to see this break structure here on the 15 second. Okay, and it looks like almost did. One more tick. Nope, it did not. On the 5-minute, look at this, create a fair value gap. This goes, fills it in, and yeah, I don't know. Actually, this might be a good short. I don't know. But if it continues going up, I think there might be, I'm trying to see how I can enter short. There's a spot right here on the 5-minute. This could be a good little spot. Maybe it does come up here on the 1 minute into here. I mean, that means it's going to break structure, go all the way up here. I'm not sure. So that's exactly it. VJ, this one, you've been burned so many times when you're not sure trying to force a trade. So you need to wait until it's this completely clear. But right now, basically the facts are it took out sell side liquidity. So your mind should automatically think, okay, took out sell side liquidity. Where does price want to go in the higher time frame? The 1 hour came into this fair value gap. That is a potential bullish sign. The 4 hour rejected off. The 4 hour took out buy side liquidity. It came down, but it hasn't closed yet. We still have 13 minutes left. So maybe around 10 o'clock in about 13 minutes, we'll have more clarity on where price wants to go. And from there we can trade. So I'll check back in then. Actually looking at this, the 5-minute just closes in completely, which shows it's pretty bearish. There's a bearish order block on the 1 minute. Took out liquidity here. I think this is actually a pretty good short. I'm gonna try to get short at 44.23 in this 15-second fair value gap, putting a stopper right here at 44.25. Wow, didn't get filled by 1 tick because my limit was at 44.23. So we'll see if it wants to go back up there. But the wick on the 1 minute did go and hit the main threshold. Here it is. It literally came to it, but did not get filled. So that was a sad story, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I get filled again. Yeah, still no fill, but it's looking really heavy. Sad, disappointed, but you know, that I didn't get filled right here on the 15-second yet, but I don't know. It may go up there. I have no idea, but on the 1 minute, it looks like it's gonna drop right through. Yep, there it is. And so missed that trade, so I'm canceling my order. But the reason why I wanted to get short is because on the 5-minute right here, you could see that it completely just filled in this gap right here. And ICT says that that's one of the strongest signatures of price action. When you see this, it comes right to the tick almost to fill it in. It's just gonna go in that direction. So that's why, combined with the other confluences with the 4 hour taking out buy side liquidity, all that still kept my bearish bias. That's why I wanted to get short right up here, but I did not get filled, and you know, that's okay. Missed it by 1 tick, so that is a-okay, because yeah, I'm not sure how much further price wants to go. Maybe it goes down here to the New York midnight open, maybe takes out liquidity, maybe lower, not sure yet. But it's cool to see that, you know, reading the tape, I'm getting better at reading the tape, and I think that's a huge fundamental building block to executing good trades. And I'm not feeling trigger happy right now, which is good, because there's some times where I'm like, oh my god, I just want to catch the move, so I go short even at the worst times. Really bad risk reward, just because I don't want to miss a move, and that's when I get stopped out. Really poor trading. And so I don't know, it's great just being able to read the tape and not worrying about the outcome and just going with the market. So it's really cool. The reason why I'm not entering into any more shorts is from the range from here to here on the 1 hour, we're already at equilibrium or even at a discount. So it does not make any sense to enter into a short right now. So as we are here, we're gonna wait for basically the trade to play out, and we'll see where price wants to go, and then we will possibly enter into longs. But we have to see, because I mean, we're still at a premium on the 4-hour if we are thinking this CE of this wick is the drawn liquidity. So we just have to sit and wait. The 4-hour closes in about 2.5 minutes. Wow, so the 4-hour candle closed and it just shot down here. Let's see. It almost filled in this gap, so we have just a tiny bit left, but it did come into this fair value gap. Now let's see if there's any bullish price action, because that may be the key, you know. So it did come here. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm looking for bullish entries. There is a long wick here, which is good. On the 15-second, I do see it came into this order block and then went up, so it is looking pretty bullish. I just want to see a little bit more on the 1 minute, and then I can get long. And if I do get long, I would target the CE right here if I got long, but I did not yet, so that's good. And then, yeah, that might be the trade. I might just target this right here, the 44.23, if this looks like a good long for me. But I'm keeping in mind that the New York Midnight Open is literally right below this. So if I'm trying to go bullish, I need to wait for it to go below the New York Midnight opening time, and then it might be a good trade. So if it goes below this, sweeps out this liquidity on the 1 hour, that would be a solid trade. So I'm not yet getting long, but yeah, because we're right in the middle. I think that's where I've lost a lot of money. Just in the middle where it can go either way. That's straight up gambling. Not sure where it wants to go. So I think I'm going to wait until I see some clear indication of the next drawn liquidity, because it did fill in, or it did go into this fair value gap on the 1 hour and on the 4 hour. So that's good, but it may continue going lower. So just going to wait and see what price tells me. That's perfect. All right, so it took out this high. That means we got a change in market structure. I'm going to get long at 44.1650. So I put in an order. I'm going to put a stop right below this low. If I get filled, we'll see. Good, that's a good sign. Got a little change in market structure here. I want to go just a little bit lower to the 44.1650 level. Got to create a fair value gap here, maybe. If not closing this minute, maybe the next minute it will come down into this. Okay, so it's not like a great trade, but it is more than one hour. It's 1.5 hours, so it's okay. I mean, it's not the best, but I guess, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't take it. But I guess I had 4 losers yesterday, so I'm just trying to make something. But if I get long here, I would take it to the CE of the 5 minute, or on the 15 minute. There is this up here, so maybe let's go a little bit higher. So which actually coincides with this liquidity getting swept. So I think that might actually be a good target, because that goes right to this fair value gap on the 15 minutes. So we'll see if I get filled, and this would be my trade. Perfect. That's a 2-hour trade. I'm gonna see if I get filled right here. Yeah, still no fill, but I do think this is a decent trade. I mean, almost a 2-hour trade, which is good. 44.1675 is where I want to get into. There's a fair value gap with an order block. I think that is high quality, and there is some liquidity right here. So I think this would be a decent trade. So I'm just going to wait to see if I get filled, and maybe I do, maybe I don't. Okay, so I got filled. I'm putting my stops here, going long here. This is my current trade. We'll see how it reacts. Maybe, I don't know, I may actually get stopped. This may actually just not be the best, but I'm in this trade. It should have reacted immediately off this. I'm going to see how it closes. It should not be closing below the CE of this wick. Okay, so it can't fill this in. So I do see some reasons this trade would not work out. Is that the 5 minute went right to the CE of this wick on the 5 minute chart, and then went down, and yeah, this may actually not be the best trade. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I don't know, accept the loss, I guess, but I'm just gonna wait till I get stopped, because it did. Yeah, I don't know, maybe this wasn't the highest probability trade, because I think I need to wait for liquidity to get swept. There was no liquidity. The 1 minute came right to this area right here. So I'm gonna go ahead, close. Okay, so I closed the trade. I don't think I was on sides. Maybe I'll go up now, and this was something that I've struggled with in the past, closing too early and not letting my stop get hit, and that's exactly what's happening right now, right? I enter, now it's going up, but the reason why I decided to close it is it's because on the 1 minute came here, on the 5 minute came right to the CE of the wick. It kind of showed that, hey, it does want to go lower, but the 5 minute stopped right here on the CE, so I guess I should have held it. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that happens, right? It's like psychologically I don't want to take any losses, but it's gonna happen, and you just have to trust the process. I got in right here, my stop was here. I was willing for it to go down lower, but I didn't want to take the loss, and so I got out prematurely and locking in a loss, and right now I'd be at a profit. Okay, well then there might be another opportunity for me to enter on the 5-minute chart, but we will see what happens. But I don't know, like, I don't know if I even want to enter long. I'm gonna see, wait for it to go to the target I was anticipating, which is up here at the 44.25 level. Take out these highs at the, get into this fair value gap, and then from there I want to see if it wants to go lower, and that might be a short I may participate in, or we'll see. And I think this would happen yesterday too. I'm trading against the daily bias, and maybe, I don't know, I remember in my previous notes that that's actually been extremely profitable for me, trading against the daily bias, being a counter trend trader. But I guess to get the best trades, I should trade with the bias. And I guess, I don't know, why do counter trends work for me? I think it's because I take quick profits, quick and easy, get in, get out, make my money, I'm out. But when I'm trading with the daily bias, I'm hoping for it to go further than actually will, because the bias is on my side, and then I just get stopped out because it pulls back more than I would like it to. And take a look at this. Yeah, if I just stay in the trade and not had closed, it would just continue going almost at my profit, which was right here at 44.25. Yeah, so I don't know, this is exactly what happens. So I need to, I'm trying to figure out what I should do. I think I need to figure out what the higher time frame is telling me, and just trade it and trust the process and know that it's okay to get stopped out and just wait for it. Okay, so I actually just bought market right here at this bullish order block, put a stop right here. So 44.19.25 is a stop, and then targeting right here at the 44.25.25. This is me having FOMO and trading when I probably should not be trading like this, and because of that, I'm probably gonna get stopped out. So yeah, this is what happens. I get FOMO, I'm closing, it closed below mean threshold. So days like this is good. It's like, or trades like this, the fact that this closed below mean threshold means it's a low probability trade. That was my complete, that was the reason I even entered this trade, thinking it wouldn't, but then the fact it closed right here means it's likely to go lower. There might be a entry somewhere in this area underneath here on the 15 second. Maybe I can go ahead, get long here, and then put a stop here. Well, yeah, if I got long right here, it would have gotten filled. Let's see how it would have done. So on the 5-minute, you could see that there's an order block. It's coming right down. As long as it doesn't go below mean threshold, I think we're good. This might actually be this could be a good trade. Get long, I got long again, put a stop right here. Should not go below 44.17. If it does, I'm wrong, but there's actually a bearish order block here. But on the 15-minute came pretty much to mean threshold. We still have a minute left. I'm bullish on this from the higher time frame, and we'll see where it goes. So this is my trade right now. I got 2 losses, but put a stop right here, holding on, and I'm thinking it's gonna go to up here. I know it's not a good RR trade, and I need to work on that because I do have a little FOMO, I think, because it's like you wait for the trade, you're not able to take advantage of it, and then it gives you an opportunity. So it's still close to a 2R trade, still pretty decent. This is where I entered at 199.75, so we're still good. I'm using the higher time frames as my bias. Came into this order block. Now I just need to see it go above here. I guess watching it tick by tick on the 1 minute literally hurts me so much. It's like painful to watch because I don't know, I'm just like thinking something, but that's why I have these other larger time frames open, because it definitely helps a lot. Good, it's moving my direction. We'll see if I hit take profit. Ideally, it goes there. It's showing willingness to go higher, so we're just gonna wait and we're gonna see what happens right here. It's possible it doesn't deliver immediately. It could go down into this main threshold right here, wick me out, then it goes up. So that is also a possibility. I don't know. I don't think this is the best setup. It's not a 100% kind of trade. It's just, yeah, there is a fair value gap right here. It could take out this liquidity on the 1 minute and then go up, and I'm gonna get stopped. Yep, there we go. Oof, that was rough. got stopped right here. There we go, another loss. But you know, what are you gonna do? This is how it is sometimes. Alright, so the fact that the 5-minute closed below the mean threshold shows that this is a bearish price action. So may try to enter in short as originally wanting to. So this whole point of this price going up on the 4 hours, get to the mean threshold, and that's exactly what happened right here. And then now it's going to go lower. And so this is a bearish trading opportunity. It already took out sell side. I'm going to go ahead. If I get short, I could put a stop right here on the 1 minute. Already tapped into the fair value gap. It may do it again. It's possible. There is a bearish order block right here. So I may try to get short right here, 44.1875, and then put a stop right above this right here. Then I'm going to target the New York midnight open, or it's going to go without me. So yeah, actually, I don't know, like the 5-minute already did this, so it may not actually go up even more, but I'm going to wait till the candle closes because it could go a little bit more. This is one of those bearish price actions, and this is where I'm so tempted just to hit sell at market, but I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna get burned if I do that. Yeah, so we're consolidating. 4 hours shows came right to the mean threshold. It's likely gonna go lower. So 1 hour may want to continue going lower. Thing is, I would have liked it better if the 15-minute came into this fair value gap before going lower. That would have been ideal, but it didn't. And so yeah, I don't know. We're talking about counter trend trading, and sometimes that's what happens, right? Like you want it to go somewhere because you're trying to trade the retracements, but I guess I don't know. Sometimes it does work out. Like I'm pretty sure it works out for me sometimes, but obviously not always, like this right now, right? I am trying to trade counter trend compared to the higher time frame bias, and that's I think what I did yesterday too. And it's just like, yeah, losing every trade back to back to back to back to back. What, 5 trades so far since I started YouTube? Yeah, this is yeah. So we'll see. Maybe it wants to go up just a little bit more. Maybe it'll get me in on this order block because it took out liquidity. There's a fair value gap. Once again, on this order block, put a stop right here and then target lower. So we'll wait and see what happens. So taking a look at this is where I usually end up losing my money trading consolidations, right? I'm so tempted to think it wants to go lower, but right now it's honestly just consolidating, and you don't realize it's consolidating till it's too late. So I'm gonna wait until there's some more action, until it moves away aggressively. But I think I have a bearish longer term bias. Oh, never mind. I guess it's moving right now. But on the 5-minute look like, yeah, it's just chilling. Perfect. So there we go. It's going down. You know, wanted good. We're at the New York midnight opening time price. There's a bunch of sell side liquidity right here on the 1 hour. We did hit the order block on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. So we'll see how price wants to react here. Based on that, we have a bunch of targets right here. The 44.23 for buy stops and buy side liquidity. We also have this at 44.31. for liquidity, so 2 different targets. I may actually, if I do get into this position, I may target this bearish order block. That could be a solid target. Yeah, in hindsight, taking a look at this, it did create a propulsion block right here, right? It's a bearish order block into another bearish order block. It shoots down, and the fact that this candle on the 5-minute closed below the mean threshold was extremely bearish, and then the candle after that came and closed right on that, and that's very good, and that's a very good indication that the price is going to go down lower aggressively. Same thing happened here, right? Came, hit it, it went down, consolidated, same thing happened, and it went down. So that's something I need to keep a lookout for, and that's why I have all these charts open, different time frames. Want to see what different things are happening. And right here, should have entered in a market and put a stop right here on the 1 minute. Trust it wouldn't go higher, and if it did, it just means I was wrong. But at the same time, it could have, I mean, since there was time on that chart left, it could have honestly gone up. And I think that's what I need to do. I need to look at how much time is left and then just enter into a market order if I'm pretty convinced something is going to happen, and just go with it, because of that, just basically miss this move, which is, you know, it's part of the game. Good. On the 1 hour, it's coming to the sell side liquidity. We'll see what happens here. Okay, so I'm looking at the 1 hour. It didn't really take out liquidity. It came down, just created another relative equal low. So I think that's a great place for it to target. So I'm looking for shorts. I'm looking for where a good place to get short would be. There's this gap right here. I could put a stop right up here. That might be a good spot. And I don't know, like I'm looking at the higher time frames. That might be a good spot. I don't know. But we are also at the New York midnight opening time. I don't know if getting short right now is prudent because we have 19 minutes until the hourly candle closes. I mean, we're right here at the bullish order block. So based on how this closes, if it closes below, it means we'll likely, go lower. But as long as the bodies are staying above the mean threshold of this black down close candle on this hourly, as long as it closes right here, we have bullish price action. But if it closes below, it means it's likely to continue going lower on the hourly. So that's something to keep in mind. There's also a fair value gap up here on the hourly, which it may try to run into maybe during lunch macro. Not sure yet, but just something that I am noticing. I'm looking at this daily chart too. That's actually kind of interesting. We've been in a downtrend. It took out liquidity. It goes up, it goes to this fair value gap, and it may go down a little to go up, or it may just continue going lower. I don't know. It took out liquidity, came to this gap, and yeah, now I guess we just gotta watch to see. Like, I'm not really sure where price is gonna go on the daily. I think that's my issue. It's like sometimes super simple to see where price wants to go on the daily, and those are great trading days. But days like this, when I don't know, I think I need to really shorten the time frames of my trading and take, quick profits here and there instead of trying to target some massive trades. On the 5-minute, it actually hit the fair value gap right here. I could probably go ahead, get short, put a stop right here, but we still have over a minute left, so I'm not going to do it yet because it could go a little bit higher, because on the 1 minute there is a gap right here. So I want to wait and see what happens in about a minute to get short, because this would be a great short entry here. Put a stop right here and kind of trust it, but I want to wait another minute, and based on where this closes, I may enter short. So you got 4 seconds, came right into here. I'm going to go ahead, sell at market. I put a stop right there. Where am I targeting? I'm going to target right here at 44.0525. Good, so I got short. My stop is literally right above this wick right here, 1 tick above, and I'm targeting these lows right here, 44.0225. So it is a potential 5 or 6 hour trade. Probably going to get stopped though. It's a 2.6 hour trade, but gonna get stopped. Yeah, I mean, there's more. Gosh, and I got stopped. So I don't know, I guess I'm just not trading well right now at all. I'm looking at, there's an order block right here. It could go into this order block. There's a bunch of liquidity here. And I think I need to wait just a little bit longer, because as you can see, the market's just right in the middle. I don't know which way it wants to go. And because of that, I keep getting stopped. I think this is where most of my losses come from. It's indirection, like not knowing where the market wants to go and trying to force a trade. And this is something I need to work on. In the 15-minute, there is a bearish order block right here. And I need to see where price closes. If it closes at mean threshold or below, we could be potentially bearish. And that would be a good trade to possibly take to the downside. So I'm going to wait and see, but yeah, just took another loss. I'm almost at my daily stop again. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'm taking a look at this. 15-minute is right at the bearish order block right here, which means this could potentially be a good shorting opportunity after it takes out this high. It goes into this fair value gap, maybe, but we still have 5 minutes till the 15-minute closes, so I'm gonna wait and see how it closes. But yeah, I don't know, I think the drawn liquidity is still a little bit lower for right now, since we still have an hour until the lunch macro. And so I think in 5 minutes the market may go down, take out this liquidity, then it may reverse if we have a bullish bias for the day. So yeah, we will see how this goes. Looking at the 4 hour, I mean, we still have 3 hours till it closes, but you could see that came into the CE of this order block right here on the 4 hours. So came here, but also hit this. So this is kind of like range bound, and I think this is where we get choppy because we have really no idea where price wants to go. There's no clear drawn liquidity, and I think that's kind of where I'm getting tripped up. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sell side right here, and then there's a fair value gap here. So I want to see how we gotta wait a little bit more time to see how price forms. So we have about a minute left till the 15-minute closes. I want to see how it closes, whether it hits the threshold or it closes right here. And you can see on the 1 minute actually came into this fair value gap some more. There is a bearish order block right here on the 1 minute. This would be a good short for me, 44.1875, but I need to see how the 15-minute closes, and based on that I may enter into a short. So we have about 40 seconds left. Okay, we got 5 seconds, and we can go ahead, enter a sell limit right here on the 1 minute, 44.1875. I'm going to put a stop right here above this at the 44.2150. Let's see if I get filled. I love seeing all these losses here. Just, it hurts a little, but it is what it is. So yeah, we'll see. Once I get filled, stop's gonna go right here, about 3-ish handles of risk, targeting these lows. I don't know, I'm viewing this whole thing as a statistics game, right? No one knows 100% what's gonna happen, and that's why you gotta just stay alive long enough to let the trades play out. I did not get filled, but it is part of the game. So came 5 minute. Let's see, did it take out? Gosh, I don't know. Do you think it's bullish? Like, it closed at mean threshold or below, which is a bearish sign for me, which is a good thing since I'm trying to get short. And the 1 hour is just kind of a doji, not really sure on direction. The 4 hours definitely a doji. It's like doesn't know where it wants to go. So I don't know, maybe it's just not a good trade. I'm gonna trust the 15-minute, and if I get stopped out, I get stopped. But I do think that it can go up just a little bit more, tap into this order block. Yeah, I also want to see where this 15-minute closes. We still have 10 minutes, but if it closes right here in the mean threshold of this, it means I'm just offsides, or it's like complete indecision even on the lower time frame. So it means I should just not be trading. Okay, I'm actually canceling my order because it's already showing the print right here on the 15-minute that it wants to go lower, so I don't want to get filled above this. That means I'm wrong anyways, so I think it's just good to cancel it and just wait. The whole point of getting filled above is sometimes when the next candle opens, it sometimes wicks up a little to get and then it goes lower, but the fact it's already going lower means that I just didn't get filled in. I'm wrong, so I'm gonna wait and see what happens. Taking a look at this, the 15-minute actually closed below the main threshold of this, so we're bearish still, which is a good sign because what I'm thinking is going to happen is we're going to go lower. I put an alert right here for the 1 hour sell side liquidity. I think we're going to go down, take this out, and then lunch macro is going to hit, and I think it's going to reverse, take out all this liquidity up here. So I think I'm going to wait until this run on liquidity happens on the 1 hour, and then I'm going to go get long to take advantage of the lunch macro because it happened yesterday. It's happened multiple times in the past before I start recording, and it's a strategy that's been usually profitable for me, but for some reason when I'm on camera I'm not able to get a profitable trade. So we'll see, maybe I jinx it, maybe not, I don't know, but I'm gonna wait until the 1 hour sell side is swept before making any trades, or until the 1 hour comes up to this fair value gap up here, and maybe there's something there, but ideally I wait for liquidity to get swept. All right, so it's 11:46 right now, and you can see it just literally consolidated for the last, I don't know, almost an hour, and nothing really tradable in here. So I'm glad I did not partake in any of this. This was a mess, and my eyes are drawn to this 1 hour right here. We see this relative equal lows. I mean, some liquidity down here. In the perfect world, I don't know, I want the 1 hour to come and take out this liquidity. And once it does that, because we only have 14 minutes until lunch macro may potentially start, lunch macro is most likely going to go on a bullish run because there's a ton of liquidity right here on the 5 minute, right here as well on the 5 minute. And yeah, so it may just be bullish. So I'm waiting for liquidity to get swept on the 1 hour and then aim to get long up here. And that's, I guess, the exact trade I missed yesterday. Maybe it'll happen today, may not, but I'm gonna wait through the lunch hour and see if it happens. I think yesterday happened like 15-20 minutes after 12 o'clock, so yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what happens. All right, so we have 7 minutes till 12 o'clock. You can see that ES is going lower, took out this little liquidity, but we still have major liquidity right here, so waiting on this to get swept. Okay, so it still has not taken out the liquidity. It's very, very close, just a few ticks away, but you'll notice look at this consolidation right here. This is where I've gotten burned so many times in the past. It's like on the 1 minute, it's, oh my God, it's going to go higher. Let's get long. And this is just a mess. So I'm happy I did not trade this. This is a huge move for me, especially shorter time frames. You see it. You see the same thing here on the 5 minute, 15 minute. This is just trash price action. So I'm glad I did not trade any of this. We are very close to going down on the 1 hour and taking out the sell side liquidity. So once it does that, we will see what happens. And since it is lunchtime, it'll take, after it takes it out, if it takes it out, I'm thinking it's going to go take out some of this liquidity or up here, maybe up here, but I doubt it. So I think if I get long, I'm going to target this liquidity right here at the 44.1750 level, knowing that it could go up here, but I'd be happy with, 15 handles or even 10 handles. So I think that'd be a good trade. There it is. There's my alert. Perfect. So it actually just took out the liquidity, which is good. Now we wait to see if there are any good long opportunities. And we want to wait and be a little patient because this is the hourly chart and it does sometimes take a little bit of time for a pattern to emerge. So this is when I've gotten burnt in the past trying to get long right here, like on these green candles. I need to just be a little bit more patient, wait for a better trade setup before I get long. I'm tempted to get long right here, but there's relative equal lows right here. I don't think it's fully done making the down move. So I'm going to wait until it creates a short-term high and then it breaks that short-term high on the 15 second or 1 minute chart. And then after that, I'm going to look for a bullish order block or a fair value gap to enter long. So I was reviewing yesterday's trades and I lost a lot of money anticipating an up move without actually waiting for a good entry pattern just because of FOMO of waiting for hours. It finally happens and then I don't want to miss a move. And so that's kind of what I'm aiming to work on right now. So on the 15 second, create a little fair value gap. It's trading into that, but that's why I didn't enter, because if I put a stop right here, I would have gotten stopped out. So I don't think it's done making the down move yet. Okay, taking a look at this. This might be a good entry. We're getting close to forming an entry model right here on the 15 second came. I want to say break this structure and then I'll put a stop here. But on the 1 minute, we also have a bullish order block potentially based on where this candle closes. Yep, still nothing. So we're going to wait just a little bit longer to see what happens. Good. So on the 1 hour, we actually trade into this fair value gap, which is a good sign. I'm going to go ahead, look for an entry right here, 43.9950. I'm going long here. Okay, got filled. I'm putting a stop right here at 95.75, so like right here. And I'm gonna target up here 44.1750. So this is the trade I entered into this bullish order block. Stop here, and I am targeting relative equal highs right up here since it is lunchtime, and we'll see how this trade goes out. This is a 17-18 handle trade, so we'll see how this goes. So looking at this R multiple, do you think it wants to come up here? This is kind of the drawn liquidity for me, in my opinion, 44.1750. And yeah, so this is a 4.7 R trade. We'll see what happens. Maybe it hits it, maybe not. Maybe I get stopped out. Maybe it wasn't ready to go, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I entered too early, but I'm just gonna wait and accept the stop loss or whatever it is. I know it's like I'm having more and more doubts on this trade just because 4 hour looks bearish, but 1 hour took out liquidity, which is a good sign. We're also in lunch macro, which means it usually takes out the people who most likely put stops and people who most likely made money during the AM session. So if you made money during the AM session, you probably put stops right here. And that's exactly what the target of this macro is to go take out the stops. So I've done this trade a few times in the past. They've been mostly successful, so I'm going to rely on it, trust the process. Maybe we're still bearish for the PM session. Okay, this is a good sign. On the 1 minute, it closed at mean threshold. That means we're still good for bullish price action. Okay, we'll check back in a little bit and see how this trade plays out. I don't know, as I'm watching this, I don't see massive displacement, which means I'm not really following rules. There's no fair value gap, which means it's probably not a high probability trade. And yeah, this was me just being extremely excited to make a trade rather than waiting for better conditions. Regardless, I'm in this trade. I don't think this is the highest quality trade. It does have pretty good R multiple, but I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm not 100% confident, other than the fact I'm relying almost 100% on it being the lunch macro. I think that's literally the entire basis of this trade that's going to go take out stops. And yeah, that's literally it. Otherwise, if it wasn't lunchtime, I probably would not be taking this trade, which is really interesting now that I say it out loud. But the relative equal highs at the top just seems super juicy as targets. So I'm just gonna hold it, see what happens. Yeah, a lot of times I know that I just kind of like psych myself out by just watching tick by tick. So maybe I should just minimize the screen and just wait to get stopped out. I don't know, it's also possible it may go down just one more time, take out my stop, and then rally. That's also another possibility. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel confident in this trade, and I think that's why maybe I need to back test it more. That might be something I need to work on, just a little bit more back testing. But literally 100% of my faith is because it's noon, it's lunch hour. That's where my entire trading hypothesis is. So we'll see, check back in. Okay, well, this is good. The lunch macro is saving the day, maybe. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it hasn't hit the targets, but I'm targeting the relative equal highs here. So just note to myself, VJ, it's okay if it consolidates. It's going to consolidate. It's because I'm trading off a higher time frame bias. It's literally going to take many minutes, many candles to form too before it actually moves in the anticipated direction. I'm happy I entered on this order block because I may have not gotten a fill on a fair value gap, and so I'm glad I did that. The stop was in a good spot. Basically, if the market goes below that, it just means I'm wrong, and I think I put a good stop. Yeah, I mean, lunch macro, it's a way. I was fearful because there's something called the three drives pattern, where the market, creates a low and then takes it out and then takes it out again and then it goes up, and that's something I was worried about. But looking at the higher time frames, I mean, it took out the sell side liquidity on the 1 hour and came into this fair value gap, and then it showed willingness to move away from there. And then after it broke, basically after it came above this black down close candle, ICT said you can actually enter on the close of, or the open of the black candle. So I put a limit right here. I got filled, put a stop, and now we wait for our target to get hit. Now, should I target this or this? But yeah, this is good. This is exactly what I needed and wanted to see. So far, 5 handles in profit. This is our trade right now, waiting for it to take out this liquidity up here. I don't know, maybe it takes out this liquidity and stops, but I really am targeting this liquidity right up here. Oh yeah, next to all my losses for the day. So something I'm working on is learning how to ladder into positions, and I don't know, I feel like I'm a little too scared to do it now just because I may need to use a larger stop or whatnot. But on the 5 minute, I do see a fair value gap right here. This could be a potential good ladder, and on the 1 minute I see a little liquidity void or gap or volume imbalance. Sorry, I don't know the terminology, but if I were to enter long here, 41, I'd have to put a stop below here, but I would have 2 contracts going for me, and that could be something I may consider. Okay, looks like the position's going against me, but I think this is a normal retracement. I'm just gonna hold. I want to see what happens. It's kind of filling this stuff in. I wanted to enter right here at this gap, but I didn't. So yeah, I'm just gonna see what happens. Maybe this is a case study. Yeah, rejecting right there. This would have been actually literally a very solid, I don't know, potentially entry. We have to see what actually happens, but yeah, just a little case study right now. Well, it's kind of cool. I did say I wanted to enter here, but I chose not to because of too much risk. But the trade which I did not enter is just great to price or tape read, so I am happy to see it came exactly where I thought it would. And is that if I had done that, the risk reward would have been a little unfavorable, and yeah, I could be making more money, but it just seemed like a little bit too much risk for me, so chose not to do it. But just tape reading, happy about it. I think it's gonna go hit my targets soon-ish. So after it hits that, it might continue going up to, on the 15 minute, to the CE at the 44.21 level. It may go into this fair value gap, may hit this order block, or may even go up to here, but I don't know what's going to happen. But since we do have a bullish bias overall, if you like zoom out, it may, yeah, I'd probably get out of all my trades right here at this fair value gap on the 1 hour, 44.2250, but I'm not going to wait till then. I'm just trying to take my profit at this first relative equal highs and just call it good. Okay, so I'm still in this trade. It's chilling right over here in the 1 minute, but I'm not too worried. This candle closed above the main threshold of this order block, so I think we should be in a good spot. Plus, liquidity up here has not been swept yet, so I think we're good. Basically all the signs are pointing bullish, so just remember that we're using higher time frames, so the 1 minutes are gonna take its sweet old time. I remember backtesting some of this stuff. It takes sometimes 45 minutes to an hour and a half. So I'm just gonna, wait it out and maybe minimize it so I don't give myself a ton of anxiety on unrealized profits, because this is how much money I'm up right now, about $500 on this trade. I've lost over 400 today. And so by closing right now, I'd be a break even, but that's trading the P&L and not trading the chart. And so I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna wait till my profit target is hit, because that's where I think it's gonna go. So that's something I gotta remember. Don't trade the P&L, trade the chart. So still in the trade, but something I like is on the 5 minute, I created a fair value gap. The price came, dipped right into it, and then immediately rejected, which shows that I'm on sides, which is a good thing to see, right? So nothing spooky here, just came into the fair value gap a little bit, started going up. Still in the trade, up almost $600 unrealized on this trade. All right, so candle just closed. We are, started going down. I'm just gonna hold it till take profit. I'm still in the learning phase, but I know to trust the process. I am, it's like I want to just exit, but lock in some profit, but honestly I don't see a reason for it to. I close, basically came down, hit this order block. I think that's permissible. There's nothing here that says I'm off sides. And the 1 hour created doji, but I don't know, took out liquidity. I think it will likely go higher into this. There's some willingness for it to go higher, I think, using the other time frame. So this is what it looks like. I think we're still kind of bullish, but then again, it is 1 o'clock, so maybe that's the end of the lunch macro. Maybe this was the liquidity that had to sweep. If that's the case, I don't know. I'm a little nervous here. I just left 3 minutes to see how this order block closes, but I don't know. Maybe that was liquidity. I really thought it would sweep this liquidity. I was close, but it came to this shit. Yeah, it actually came exactly to this order block, touched it, and then reject on the 5 minutes. So I think I may be off sides now. I'm gonna go ahead and close it. So happy I closed, because that was rough sauce. Because even on the 15 minute, if you come here, I guess, what was the liquidity even swept? It did go up. I was right. It came into this fair value gap, which was good. So this is where my target should have been. It came to get this liquidity, to get this liquidity, to get this liquidity. I was targeting just one higher time frame liquidity, and I think that's where the issue was. But I don't know. This looks pretty. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I closed. I took a small profit. Could have closed earlier, but didn't. But it's okay. I was following my process, and the moment that these candles up here closed right at the bearish order block, I knew that it wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be. So it was less probable that it would work out that way for these highs to be run on the 15 minutes. So I decided to close when I saw that. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe that was just a liquidity grab. This kind of thing with trading is stressful sometimes, because I don't have a clear direction, and I'm trading off my emotions right now, which I should not be doing. But I'm trying to see, where do I think the market wants to go? All I see is this on the 15 minute came rejected off this bearish order block and then started going lower, which means it's potentially going lower, because on the 4 hour we have a target down here, the CE of this wick. That could also be a target. So maybe I look for short entries, and that might be a good one, right? So if I enter short 99, I could put a stop right up here. This candle closed below this, so we're definitely more bearish than people would like to be. So maybe it'll come up to here. I'm looking for shorts now to go lower. I'm doing a sell at market. Got in. I'm in short, putting a stop right here at 44.02.25. And then what am I targeting? My target is going to be 43.90.50. Okay, so this is a trade. It's trading into this bearish order block. I got in short already, put a stop right here, targeting the new week opening gap, which is also close to almost the CE on the 4 hour.
It's my short position. I don't know, in hindsight, I don't know if this is even right. Never even took out these lows. So I'm just like hoping just because it broke through this bearish order block, it didn't respect it. I don't think I'm fully bearish yet because it never took out these lows. Shit. So I'm getting out. This is a bad trade. So I got out of it because I didn't really know what I was doing. I'm gonna wait. I just like losing money when I don't know where the market wants to go. So let's just wait it out. Looking at took out liquidity. Maybe we're still bullish because, yeah, it never took out this low. I shouldn't have gone bearish until it took out this low. I'm just trying to see if there's a bullish entry model, but no, see if you do this, what you're doing. It's like you're trying to force a trade when you have no idea what's going to happen, where it wants to go. And I think that's where I've lost a lot of money. So stop trying to force trades, just relax, let it go to the target without you because you don't know whether it wants to go lower or higher. So let's just relax and not trade right now. Trying to get long again at 44.02. And this is because it never took out this low. We're not bearish yet. And if I just did nothing, oh shit, wow, that just straight up, okay, just straight up took it out. Can't just for a value gap. Maybe it does want to go lower, and then I'm just gonna end up losing 5 handles or something. It's a bad idea. Yeah, so I'm in long. I don't think I'm trading well. I think right after this, I'm gonna hit my daily stop loss yet again, and I am done for the day. So yeah, that's what happens. It's like, look at the higher time frame bias. Yeah, I don't know where it's going to go, so I'm actually just going to close it, call it a day. And wow, from positive back to negative. That was the day for me. Last few trades were brutal for me because I lost complete trust in what was going to happen. And then I think revenge trading, FOMO, all of it kicked in right here. And yeah, from taking, like, this is where my target should have been. This is the liquidity that the lunch macro was going towards. It was into a fair value gap. That was an incredible, great target, but I did not take it. Came down, and I don't know, now we're in consolidation. I don't know where the market wants to go, and so I lost a lot of my money. So that is, yeah, hit my daily max loss again. So I am done trading for today, but I may still tape read for a little bit and just kind of learn and just watch what the market wants to do. Alright, so I did not really trade this afternoon since I hit my maximum daily loss, but literally nothing happened. It just kind of went up and down, and just kind of consolidated. I mean, there were definitely some trades in here, but after not getting filled where I wanted to get filled, it never actually took out these highs. I just basically got out, so I was unsure where the market wanted to go. It seemed like the market was also unsure where it wanted to go, so I'm just happy that, you know, just called it a day, took my loss, and yeah, I'm planning to, at the end of this week, go through all the videos I record, write down major key points, and then maybe create a summary video of everything I learned about my trading do's and don'ts, and basically put it all into one concrete video. So that way I have some sort of direction and actionable steps that I could work on for the next upcoming weeks. I mean, this is a process, so I'm trying to advance. We'll see how this goes. And yeah, thanks guys for your support. Really do appreciate it. Hey, thanks for watching this video till the very end. Because you watched it to the very end, I want to let you know that we actually put together a complete course, a mastermind and group coaching on how to sell options using your index funds to ultimately help you retire early. Because you made it to the very end, we want to give you a special discount code to get 30% off this entire course. This way we can basically hold your hand to get you the results that you want as soon as possible. Just go to optionsellingSecrets/enroll now and type in the code VKYouTube to get 30% off. Thank you for your support, and we hope you have a great day.